starting, or it's already started. What am I talking about? I'm talking about what I predicted in the last couple of videos yesterday or the day before yesterday, that we should see happening as the next trend in the stock market, which could be good for AMC stock in the near and the near to medium long-term future. Why? Because this is exactly what was supposed to happen when the Fed started speaking back in December. And since then, when they started, kind of giving some hints to the market that, hey, we're going to change the policy. We're going to change what we've been doing since 2020 to support the economy, because right now it doesn't make any sense, because we are having a lot more issue ahead of us if we don't address this inflation thing right now, right away. And because of that, it's spiking a lot of fear into the stock market. Stocks are already crashing. We've seen that like the entire last week, stocks crashed. And right now, we not only have stocks joining the party, but we also have cryptocurrency. You know what? Look, is the market crashing? No, which is what I think. Here's what's happening to stocks, bonds, as the Fed aims to end the days of easy money. Easy money means you cannot just borrow any amount you want because interest rates are like literally close to zero. Non-existing, meaning you can literally borrow money as it's never been easy. But when investors, companies, retail people, when they borrow through margins to their brokerage accounts, when it comes to investing in the stock market, they invest that money into stocks. But here's now what is happening. Because interest rates are going up, bunch of people use more money than they actually own to buy stocks and buy crypto, explaining why everything was just going up. But now we have to go back to reality. And that's how in the last, 24 to 48 hours, Bitcoin dropped more than double digit. Ethereum, same thing. I mean, literally in the last 5 days, Bitcoin dropped 16%. In the last month, Bitcoin dropped 30%. If you add, Ethereum into the mix, it's even worse, because in the last 5 months, last week only 24%. Last month, 41%. We are literally going back to where we were, like literally in September or August, like 6 months before. The reason behind all this is what I mentioned earlier, interest rates going up. Because when interest rates go up, you know what it affects? It affects the positions. It affects people investing habit, people investing capacity. And this is exactly what is happening here. But you know who else is also getting crushed, getting affected, getting impacted by this whole thing? The short sellers in AMC stock. Yes, because they also like all of these tech companies that dropped also 17% since the last highs that we saw back in December 31st or January 3rd. They also are losing heavily into the cryptosphere, dropping like a hot potato. And what it means for them is not only, it means we're getting closer to margin calls, but also it's getting more dangerous for them to start covering at least some of these positions that they've been shorted in stocks like AMC for the last year or so. Because not only if they don't do that now, it's going to get a lot more trickier for them to do that down the road in the next 3 to 6 months, because the Fed is actually going to start increasing rates possibly 4 times or even more than that, according to some experts on the street. But the other side of the danger is now the share price, it's pretty cheap. So if they don't start covering now, it will be a headache to get out, not only leaving a huge mark, but hurting them, not only losing the money in this play, but potentially putting their company, their entire strategy, entire existence at risk. So based on this, as we're seeing Bitcoin, and the whole crypto space dropping because of interest rates increasing, that's exactly what we've been seeing in stocks. And I'm not expecting this to stop this coming week, because we have a bunch of things that are going to happen, that in the stock market, bunch of conferences, bunch of events, earnings that potentially may also trigger the stock market to continue to drop any further. So my expectation on this is I wouldn't be surprised if I start seeing a strong, sharp reversal, because some of these little hedge funds shorting the stock here in AMC might start, like thinking, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore, because I rather did now, maybe with a 2%, 5% gain, rather than waiting again later to wait and be 20, 30, 50, 100% in the red. And because of that, that's why I'm expecting this. But hey, it doesn't have to happen exactly because I just said so, but that's how I'm expecting things to actually evolve. So let's just see and be patient and see how it falls.